Hey guys, this is Anna here with Passions of Paper. I'm going to be doing a craft room tour and just follow along with me and I'll try my best not to make you sick with the moving camera. So here she is. I just spent the last week renovating this room. It was very messy and crowded before because the whole room was not quite mine. It was just like half a room because we were storing other things in here. And the closet was supposed to be for my husband's stuff. And well, he ended up not using it. So he told me I could have it. And then we ended up putting the other stuff down in the basement. So that basically freed up this whole room. And then I had a 75-gallon fish tank in here, which is huge. And I decided to sell that to make more time for my crafting. And that freed up a lot of space and gave me some money to put into this room. Some of the stuff I already had and some of the stuff's new. So I had this vision in my head of this room, and I was able to pull it off pretty closely to what I envisioned, and I'm really proud of myself for doing something like that because if you know me, that's decorating is not my thing. So let's just I got these 3 bookshelves here. These are from Target. They're pretty nice looking. I like the way they're framed in. And then the shelves supposedly hold 65 pounds each, and that was very important for me because I store a lot of big heavy books on them. And so I needed shelves that were very sturdy and could hold the weight, especially as I grow and continue to fill the shelves up. So these shelves, they down here are more of holding my supplies, some of my supplies. And then the upper shelves are free to just be decorated with my favorite things. So like I've got journals that I've bought from around the world in these places. These are my favorite journals that I've made. And if you guys follow me, the 2 journals on the right are the ones I just made a flip through video for and posted on Etsy. And I've got my beautiful, colorful inks here that this is a nail polish stand. It's like a stadium style stand, and it really beautifully displays all that stuff. And I've got a little treasure box covered in vintage maps there. And I love fairies. Yeah, I've got quite a fairy collection. This fairy is huge. Do you see my hand on here? She's huge. And then this one over here is also, she's about the same size. And I just love my fairies. Here's journals that I have written in right here, and then this journal here is a custom order from my dear friend Ashley, who's on YouTube. I will link her channel in the description box. And this is ephemera stuff I can pull from. We've got some books here, my smaller stuff, and then stuff that looked good laying down because that was a skinny shelf. I have these drawers for beads. It's really nice having this big drawer, and then they come out so I can put them on my desk when I'm working with beads. I love doing stuff with beads. If you guys saw my ephemera holder, you saw how many beads were on there. So yeah, I just put all those in those drawers. They were in really small Tupperware before this, and it was kind of hard to dig through them and find what I wanted. So this is my collection of books from thrift stores, garage sales. Yeah, I think that's it. Just thrift stores and garage sales. well, except for this collection here, which I pull from a lot. This I actually bought on eBay because I loved them so much I just had to have it. So yeah, most of this stuff's vintage because I really love the vintage stuff. And these are like printed digitals that I have not yet used because my desires of what I make change so quickly. Every time I make a journal, I want to move on to another theme, and then those are papers that haven't been used yet, but I plan to eventually try to use up. Here we've got some leftover projects, leftover stuff from projects, and then that top one there, you can see there's a journal in there that I started and never finished. Got stencils in here, lots of stencils, and I've got just printed pictures, printed vintage pictures. This is ephemera stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else. And these are all stamps. These are my grungy stamps. And we've got nature stamps. And then this is my miscellaneous stamps. And then these are my passport stamps here, and then my animal stamps, because I love my nature theme. And then these are just like my bigger stamps. And these are my sea themed stamps. These are my favorite vintage books. They're so beautiful. I would love to have several more shelves of books that look like that. I just love them so much. And that's all these shelves here. And then we've got these washi shelves. I will post a link in the description of where I got them. They're from Amazon. They aren't the best. So they're made to just screw into the walls. You can see that little hole there. But my husband did not want to put like 20 million holes in the wall, so he used this just this tape that's meant for hanging stuff. And he thought he bought clear tape, and unfortunately it's black, so you can see these black patches, and it looks kind of ugly, but the washi tape does a good job of mostly hiding it. And the problem with these shelves, though, so it's really, really hard to find washi tape shelves because they never make them the right depth. Usually they're for nail polish and they're too skinny, or they're for other things and they're way too wide. And these were the perfect depth. Only a few of my washi tapes kind of sit on top and not down in, but for the most part they fit in there and they look amazing. But the problem with them is that they're kind of crooked on the back here. So when we were trying to hang them, we started off up here, and we were using a oh gosh, hold on. All right, sorry about that. We were trying to use a level on the tops here, and then that's when these two up here went kind of crooked, and we're like, oh crap, the backs are not level. They're kind of slanted, and they are not like the same slant on each one, so you can't like predict how that's going to happen. So we ended up using the bottom for the leveling, and then an object, and then placing the next bottom on. And using the sticky backing helped a lot because you literally just push it against the wall. You don't have to try to level it and then screw 2 screws in. And obviously, like, they hold 30 pounds, up to 30 pounds, the sticky stuff. And obviously washi tape is nowhere near that, so I don't think I'll ever have to worry about these falling off. So next up, we've got this pegboard here. I had a vision, and I did some research on Google, and most of my research included like just white pegboard, and I just thought that was so boring, especially since I knew I wanted to frame it in. I wanted the frame to be white because of the paint on the walls. I wanted it to complement that, and this color is showing up a lot darker blue, but it's just a really nice light teal color. And it really complements this seafoam green, or I don't know what color you'd call that green, but it complements it really well. And then my white accessories all pop. and that's what I was going for. I wanted it to be a colored piece with white framing and white accessories. So I picked out the spray, and my husband did it for me, and then he made the framing for me, and he hung it for me and did all that, and then I got all the accessories and stuff. And I really love it because, like, it's insane how easy it is to find my stuff now. And it's all like, I mean, I'm sitting right here and this is all arm's reach. It's so easy to get into. And yeah, it's just all right there in my face, which is what I need because I don't have good memory. So either sometimes I run into the problem when I'm crafting of, oh, where is this thing at that I want? Or I just completely forget I even have it. And then I like this here. I've got this little basket for my remotes that controls the TV and the sound bar, and then my stereo. I like to use my stereo and listen to nature sounds on YouTube. And there's my ephemera holder I just did a video of. I love having it right there, just basically constantly being displayed for me, and then I can just grab it and use it. And I'm actually using up my ephemera now because it's right there. So I got my sewing machine here, which is really functional. The little foot pedal is right there. And it was really hard to figure out where to put that in this room. Because I used to have a big old desk and a big old table in this room. And the desk is where I stored drawers and drawers and drawers of stuff. And then on the lip of that desk was the sewing machine. And that was just basically I would turn around in my chair. I'd be like at my table crafting, and then I just turn around in my chair and there's the sewing machine behind me. And well, I got rid of all that to make room because I wanted this room to be more open. It was so crowded before. It was actually kind of awkward to walk in, and I just hated that so much. So I had to find a new place, and this works really well, and it's like right there. So easy to use. Especially since the threads are all right there. And I've got my ink pads stored in these little stadium stands. It's so easy to see what colors, where each color is. And then I've got my daubers. Down here I've got storage for, well, this one is like all my paints and paint brushes and stuff down in there. My wipes for cleanup. I've got previous projects that haven't been finished in here, and then supplies from previous projects that I still constantly draw from. This one is just more of the same, I guess. And some fabrics that I often use. This box here is stuff that just still needs to be sorted. It's the last of the stuff I just haven't had a chance to sort through. And this one is empty for future storage. And then we've got this desk here. I ended up having to get a new desk because, so I had a big table, and the table was too square for this layout. But then, like I said, behind me I had a big desk. And well, that desk, it was a computer desk, and it had on the side here, it just had these metal legs that came down and then split off into L's on the floor. And every time I was crafting and doing stuff, this whole desk would shake and stuff would fall over, and it just drove me nuts. So this was not planned, but of course, it looks way better in my room than the other desk because that desk was like gray and black and this one's white. So this desk is super, super solid and sturdy. I just really love it. But yeah, that was an extra expense that was not planned for. And then this bookshelf here, this is an IKEA Hemnes bookshelf. This was another thing that was not planned, but this wall really, I just had a lot of stuff that I couldn't store anywhere else. And this wall, none of my other bookshelves were fitting the wall quite right because the wall was a little bit bigger than them. And then like the other bookshelves were like too big. And so I was trying to find the way to take advantage of this wall the best. And this Hemnes one ended up being just the right size. I think it's like 3 feet wide and 13 inches deep. So I was able to put all of my paper supplies on here, which is freaking amazing because I have a lot of paper supplies. I've got all my raw resources here that I can pull from. And then I've got a lot of already made stuff that's been coffee dyed, tea dyed, food colored, you name it, I've done it. And I've got these cardstock pieces of paper you can buy from Walmart for like $2.50 or something like that. It's just like random scraps, so it's a good way to quickly collect different colored pieces of paper and different types of paper. There's so much different stuff in here. It's so fun to look through and play with and use. So I really love that. And then this here is stuff that used to be tucked away in boxes. These boxes. And they kind of got forgot about. Because out of sight, out of mind for me. That's the way it works for me. And so now they're all right here on display. And I can... Oh, this stuff's going to get used much faster now, and I love it. And it looks pretty good, too, being displayed. It's not too bad. My husband likes to joke and say, when I ask him, how does something look? I ask him, like, what do you think of my room now that I'm all done? He says, it looks trashy. But he likes to say that as a joking compliment because of junk journal, and junk journal's trashy. Haha. Yeah, so he told me it looks trashy, which is a compliment from him. Here I've got journals that I have bought but have not filled in yet. Some of them will not get filled in just because they are pieces of art to me, and I just love to flip through them and enjoy them as they are. These are journals I've made that are for sale, all with the exception of the 2 nautical ones up there because they're so beautiful. They have to be on display. And then... Well, actually, sorry, this one's not for sale. That one's for a friend. Just waiting to give it to her. Up here, we've got my leftover sea supplies that I have not sorted through and stored in all their appropriate places. Now that I'm done working with the sea theme, for now at least. Here, I've got stickers sorted through, and then I've got Tim Holtz chipboard stuff down there. This is like a lot of different types of sparkly little things all up inside there. And this is a stationery box. Up here is just some random stuff that's stored. And now we've got the closet. So we've got these plastic drawers that have lots of like ribbony type things, lots of fabrics and stuff. This drawer here is full of my next project. It's going to be a big one. I'm doing vintage nature, and I'm really excited. It's going to be like fabric soft covers and big, but I got to learn how to do fabric soft covers the way that I want to do it, because I don't want it to just be a basic cover. Here I've got pretty boxes that I've kept from stuff, and then we've got this drawer here full of stickers that I haven't figured out how to make more sorted yet. And here I've got these big things, and then I've got my big 12x12 stencils. This is my coffee dyeing kit. Anytime I want to coffee dye something, I just grab this whole bin. I've got some paper rolls there of different types of paper. That's just stuff. This is my 12x12 paper storage, and this giant 11x17 paper pack that just doesn't fit anywhere else. This is glassine paper. That's what it's called. I was talking about that in my other video. It's glassine paper. Alright, so I've got my strings and ribbons all through these. Lots of scrappy stuff. And then all those rolls of that stuff. And more of the same over here pretty much. This is my trash pile. This is basically all the packaging I've kept. Boxes and packaging and stuff that I can use in journals. And then back here we've got more empty storage plastic boxes in case I need to just quickly store a project and move on if I got like sidetracked and then I want to quickly put away whatever I was working on because I'm moving on to something else. This is just a foxtail I got from the Renaissance Festival. I've got some wrapping paper stuff back here, and that on the left is canvas that are painted. I got those are painted pictures I got from a yard sale for like $1 each. And all my ribbons, my small basic ribbons. In this drawer I've got my paper punches. Plenty of room for growth in there. And here I've got lots of other ribbons, lots and lots of stuff. Lots of stuff in there, fun stuff. I love playing with that kind of stuff. And here I've just got some random stuff, seashells and sand and little gems and things that I just didn't really know where else to put. And that's just my junk drawer. And I've got this cart here that I like to use if I don't want to be putting a bunch of crap on my desk when I'm working on a project. Excuse me. I just put all that stuff in this cart and then I can store it over here, or when I'm about to craft I just wheel it over to there and then I can easily reach everything but still keep my desk clean. These drawers, this one's all yarn and eyelash trims, and this one's scraps from other projects. And then these ones down here are like my big solid fabrics, big pieces. And then this one is just kind of a mix match drawer. I've got some lace trims, I've got some felt, and then I've got my fabric squares that I've bought over the last less than a year. And so just some random stuff in there that didn't really seem to belong in any of the other boxes. Up here we've got these clear drawers. I love these drawers. These are makeup drawers, and I use them for ephemera now. They were being used for all my paper clips and stuff and all my metal charms and everything, and now they're just used for all my ephemera. So this is my card drawer, and there's just some random flat things in there. And then I've got some extra metal stuff in here that's not in those jars on the pegboard. And then I've got all these thicker cardstock items that would fill up an ephemera book way too quickly because they're thicker. So I just am storing those in here. But since these are clear, they're really easy to see and find. Here are my distress re-inkers that I don't actually use for re-inking. I use them to make little jars of my own ink. I dilute it with water, and I can mix and match colors and make all kinds of fun stuff. And then I've got some other stuff back here that I have yet to try out. This little mermaid picture here, she's so beautiful. My sister gave this to me for my birthday. She made this. This is like all fabric. And then she did strips of paper to make it look like water, wavy water. And she put this quote on here because she knew I'd resonate with that. And then she even made this sparkly stuff. I forget what she called it, but she made it out of plastic bottle. She got that scarf from her dog's grooming appointment, and she held on to it from like a year ago. And she made the hair out of yarn, and the body she hand cut just by looking at a picture of a mermaid. Like, that is incredible to me. And it's like vintage matte paper. It's so beautiful. I have named her Kalana. She needed a name because she keeps me company while I'm crafting. She'll be hung up soon. I'm supposed to be getting a new ceiling fan that's a much, much brighter light, which hopefully will let me get rid of this light here. This light is really, really old and broken. There's nothing weighing it down, and so it falls over all the time. So I'm really hoping I can get rid of that. And then, as you can see, I've got these two pictures here, and the mermaid, Kalana, will be going right here if I can get rid of this lamp. So over here we've got the other makeup holder, and I have some things that I'm wanting to use here soon with my vintage nature journal. I've got this deck of cards that are just super cute. I can't wait to start using them. Just really pretty stuff. And then there's words, inspirational words on the backs of the cards. Hold on one second. And then I've got, this is mushroom little papers and butterfly little papers that I'm wanting to use in my project coming soon, so I've just put those up there, so I'll make sure I use them. Then I've got Tim Holtz chipboard people, these little fabric flowers, or paper, some of them are paper. And I've got these little mini dictionaries that have fun little pages you can pull out and quickly add to a journal entry. These are like little postcards that, again, they're just too thick to fill up an ephemera book, so they gotta go in here. And then I've got all my jars. Well, not all of them. I have a lot of them up in here. This was a pack I got for Christmas. They're like all different shaped, really, really tiny jars. So these are other types of jars, just like my basic style jars of all different sizes. And then I've got some jelly plate art that I got on Etsy. And then all the paper, Tim Holtz paper dolls that are just the regular paper thickness. And this is all my vintage photos and vintage buttons. I think that's it. Oh, and I forgot. This is a little plant I got myself to, just as like a congratulations on your new art room. Here's something to decorate it. And then this little flower plant here I got as a birthday gift from my sister-in-law, Katrina. Thank you, Katrina, if you're watching this. And then right here is the journal I'm currently writing in that I made for myself. Now you guys have seen my tutorial for that little booklet, and basically I take those same steps and I make it into a full-size journal. And so that's what this is. I made myself a little ephemera wallet holder. And yeah, I just love it. It's so pretty. Look at a little bird charm. I love birds. They're my favorite. I just want to live with the birds. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope I did not make anybody sick. This is my first time doing a video like this. It's a little bit different. But I know people were really loving the pictures that I posted in one of my Facebook groups, so I thought it'd be a great idea to share on YouTube. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.